Hey friends, it's Missy again. Thanks for joining me today. I'm back with a new layout for the Paige Evans design team, and I'm going to be doing some of my favorite techniques for this layout. I'm going to start with a cut file, and this is called the Heart Group cut file that Paige designed, and I enlarged it and kind of turned it a little bit to the left, and I'm going to run it off the page so it's at an angle. But if you cut it completely full, the hearts are all intact and they're not cut off the page. And I've been hoarding this paper from Fancy Free. That's Paige's first collection. It's paper number 3. I love this paper. Those circles and those colors, and I love the back of it too. They're more colorful circles with little sayings and phrases in them. And I had a couple of sheets of it and I used the other ones, and I believe this is my last one, and I've finally decided to stop hoarding it, and I'm going to do one of my favorite techniques, and that is back the cut file. And so I'm just going to go through and choose some of the circles that I want, and I'm not going to back every single heart because I'm going to leave some of them open and do some mixed media on the background. But if you've never tried this technique, it is a lot of fun. And this one's pretty easy to do because the hearts are pretty big and they're pretty basic shape. So all I'm doing is cutting it out and sticking one of the circles behind the heart, and I'm going to let it dry for a minute or two and then go through and trim it up. And so that is what I have so far. And you can see how I'm going to situate it on the background there. And I'm going to put my photo over on the right. And I'm going to use this one. It's a picture of me and Paige from a few years ago. She put these sunglasses on for about 2 seconds, just long enough for me to get a picture, and they came right off, of course, but she looks funny making that little cheesy grin. So this is smooth white cardstock, and I'm adding clear gesso to it because I know I'm going to be doing a lot of mixed media all behind those hearts. So I pulled out several colors to start with. These are all Shimmer's products, my favorite ones to use. And this is one of the newer shimmery colors. It's called It's Meant to Be. And I'm going to mix in some colorings Well Blue Me Down. And all I'm going to do here is make a big old mess on the background. This technique is one of my favorites. And I just spread it onto some plastic packaging, add a little bit of water, flip it over, and smudge it down. And it's a great and fast way to get splotchy color on your background. You can do a lot, you can do a little. It just depends on the area that you're working on and how you want it to look. I know that I'm going to cover a lot of it, you can see there, with the heart cut file. And so I need a lot of it on there so you're going to be able to see it through the open hearts and around the edges of the hearts on the edge. So now I'm going to come in with some pink. This is another Shimmer's. It's one of the newer colors. It's called Pinko de Mayo. And I'm going to do the same thing. Now these Shimmer's paints are kind of thick. So I'm going to add water to them to kind of loosen them up a little bit so they'll smudge a little bit more. They're very shimmery, so you're going to be able to see that shimmery sparkle through the hearts. This is a Shimmer Spray, and what's the name of that one? Pink Stiletto, I think. So I'm just spraying and smudging with the plastic, and I'm going to wind up covering probably 3/4 of the paper. But it looks totally different when you put your cut file and your picture down. It looks like I'm doing way too much, but it looks different when you put everything back on top of it. This is a yellow color called No Yoking, and I had to add some yellow since I've got yellow in the hearts. That's a different shade of yellow. It's called Glorious Day. It's more of a golden tone. And then that is Pink Sweetheart, or Vibes Sweetheart. I've used these colors for so long, I pretty much know what colors are going to match what just by the name of them now because I use them so often. So this is kind of the look that I'm going for. I love that watercolor splotchy mess behind the cut file. This is Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine. I'm going to finish it off with that because I need some of that gold sparkle, and I keep it right there on my desk. It's always within reach. And I'm impatient, so I'm going to dab it up a little bit and get it as dry as I can, and then continue to work. Now off camera I did a little bit of stitching. I decided to jazz up the hearts that did not have any paper behind them, so I just did a little straight machine stitch around each one with some metallic gold thread, just to give them a little something something. And then I'm going to take some time and cut up little pieces of adhesive foam, and I'm going to stick this behind every single backed heart. And so when I glue this down, it's going to be popped up off the page and not completely flat. And I love how that instantly gives you a totally different look just by giving it a slight rise off the page. I have a little helper there moving things around. She was, yeah, trying to move my big tape gun around. I just added a little bit of white tissue paper behind my picture, and then I'm going to start to work on the embellishing here. Clearly you can see the layout's not going to need a whole lot of stuff, because I think the hearts kind of speak for themselves, and the photo takes up a lot of space on the right, and so most of my embellishing is going to be around the photo. So all I'm doing now is adding in some thread. I've got some different colors that are going to match the colors that I've got going on in the hearts and in the background. And I've said this several times, but this is one thing that I really love about using a cut file like this, is when it takes up so much room on your paper, it really helps your layout come together a lot quicker, because once I got the cut file backed and I got my background finished, I only have so much space left for my picture. And I mean, you could put it anywhere, but I think it looks best over here on the right. And so the rest of it is just minimal embellishing. And so if you're in a rut and you don't know what you want to do or where you want to start, using a large cut file like this is great, because it just sort of dictates where everything is going to go, if that makes any sense. That's kind of how my brain works when I think of these types of cut files, because it helps me to get started, and it helps me to just narrow down what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to start to embellish around the photo. I pulled out the Turn the Page chipboard and the die cuts, the ephemera die cuts. And I'm just going to use some flowers, just some little bits and pieces. This is the 30-page sticker book that Paige designed. It's got lots of stickers. So I'm going to use that little tab at the top that says Mom Life, and then come in with more flowers. And these are just flat paper stickers, but there are several different kinds in there. There are some clear stickers as well, and some with shiny gold foil. And there's also alphas. Pretty much anything you can think of. More hearts. I was going to use this pink heart sticker, but I just didn't find the right spot for it. I felt like I had enough hearts going on over on the left. So I try to keep everything really nice and snug around the photo, instead of putting lots of stuff on top of the hearts, because I just didn't feel like it needed anything else. The hearts are just pretty like they are. So I'm going to make sure everything is glued down, because when you add gesso to cardstock, things like stickers and chipboard, they just don't like to stick. Something about the grittiness of the gesso or something. So just to be on the safe side, I always add glue. These are some little teeny tiny flowers I decided to add in just for even extra little details. I spent a lot of time with this sticker book. I think I pulled this sticker book out for my last several projects for the design team, and there's always something in there to use. This is a cute little puffy sticker from Turn the Page, and I wanted to add that gold color more on the layout, since I've got that rose gold metallic flower die cut. So this is from the Turn the Page journaling spots, and it's a little rose gold label, and I just cut it in half, and I'm going to kind of use it as a layer behind the picture, and it's got a cute little scalloped border. And my journaling is going to go right there underneath the picture, because like I said before, everything's kind of dictated when you've got your picture down and you've got the cut file down. Where's your journaling going to go? There's only so much room left. So I'm going to do it right under the photo, and I'm going to use my gold pen that I know I get a lot of questions about that pen. I got it from Michael's several years ago. Now this is the Turn the Page washi tape sticker. Well, it came from the sticker book, but it's been torn out. And there's a strip of rose gold flowers in a long border, and I've used several of the flowers, but I'm going to use the little dots inside the flowers that I've already used and scatter them around, kind of peeking out from behind some of the hearts, just to add more pops of gold. And I love that subtle look. You can see it in person a lot better. I'm going to go with the Cutie as my title, and I used the Pick Me Up mini thickers in white, and I'm going to just jazz them up a little bit with some of the paint. And I'm just going to go back with a couple of the colors that I used on the background, just to give them a little bit of something something. And the title's very subtle. It doesn't jump out at you. And you know, here's another case of where am I going to put the title. Everything's pretty much done. I didn't want to cover up the hearts. I felt like anything over the hearts would just be too much. I didn't want to put it under the journaling or above the photo. And so in this case, my photo allows me to add something at the bottom of it. I'm not covering up anyone's face or overcrowding the photo, I don't think. And so I'm just going to stick it right there. And it's just Cutie, because it was just a cute photo. You know, it wasn't like a birthday or Christmas. It was just cute. And so that's what my title is going to be, short and sweet. And I believe I'm getting close to being finished. Oh, there I go. Back to the sticker book. Oh, I'm going to add a heart sticker to the right side of Cutie, just because I felt like that little space needed to be something. So there's the final layout. This was so much fun to put together. I think this cut file is awesome. You cannot go wrong with hearts. And I hope it encourages you or inspires you to pull out that one sheet of paper that you've been hoarding for forever and use it, because I think we're all guilty of that. And there's nothing wrong with it. But hopefully this will give you some ideas on how to use it and how to incorporate a big cut file onto a layout to get you started. So let me know if you have any questions about the products or the techniques, anything at all, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.